Welcome to episode number 53 of the BEBC
BS
Podcast.
Brought to you by Stick'em.
Stick 'em. Get some.
Right out of the gate.
Stick 'em. Wow.
Hey, but if Stick'em worked last night, Stick'em worked
Stick 'em
last
was-
night.
I told him.
Stick
I
'em
had
was.
it in my truck.
Stick'em. Number 53. Ooh, 53. Yeah. Don't beat on the table.
Of the current team or
Current team, 53. Do we have a 53?
I don't know.
Don't know.
We had
The
one.
book's right there.
Well, we had
But
one.
he
Book
changed
has changed.
numbers.
He
change his
did.
number.
Well, look at the app.
Elijah
Oh, yeah,
Torres
that's not
is no
his
longer
number.
53. He's number
Anyway,
97. Our retro 53.
Brad McNulty.
Brad.
Big Bad
The Beast McNulty.
Brad. Of what?
Okay.
The Beast
Oh, I thought you
McNulty.
said East.
I'm
No.
going to go
and
back
Kristen.
to his Pee-wee days. He used to play for the Broncos and Don Westback. Reason I know that's because my oldest boy Jake played against him. And you look out there and you didn't even have to guess which one he was. He was a foot and a half taller
the
than
beast.
everybody.
Brad was?
Yeah.
Well, Brad left Allen on scholarship.
Mizzou.
Went to play the SEC, or was it? They still, Mizzou.
Well,
They were,
They
yeah.
were SEC then.
And you know, Brad, wherever you are, shout out to you.
Hey, Willie, don't light one up during the podcast, all right?
He'll be lighting. I'm just here.
I'm just reminding you.
All right, we'll do our best. These are compliments of Stacy McGraw several years ago, by the way. So
Yeah.
we've had these for a while.
And we'll be bringing them out.
Just, Boo Bowl's coming up. We're trying to figure out what our costume is.
I didn't think we were doing Boo Bowl.
At Prosper.
We are doing Boo Bowl.
I'll wear the
Okay.
flashing sunglasses.
All right. Well, I'm going to dress up then.
All right.
I'm not sure which dress I'm wearing. But
We already thought you were.
That's not a costume.
Boy, this podcast is starting off
Going south.
grandiose.
Hey, that's what they don't care about football. They care about the entertainment value of
oh
this.
my gosh. Yeah, last night was entertainment value. Let me tell
Speaking
you
of
what.
entertainment, big game in District 6-6A last night. 2 undefeateds.
9-6.
God, why did I say 6?
You've got
You
South
got
Lake
your
on the
entry
break.
retake
Maybe we should start this
upside
thing over.
down.
Episode 53 of the Balding Eagle. Sorry.
That's even worse.
Wow.
Let's get back to it.
Okay.
Football, 9-6A, District Clash.
After a butt whipping last week
The
that
two
they put on
undefeateds.
them. Oh, yeah.
Yes, Jesuit comes in after smacking Prosper around 42-14.
Yeah.
Hi,
big time.
Prosper.
Yeah,
Prosper.
Hi, Prosper. We'll talk about Prosper here in a little bit. 42-14. Coming in 3-0. Allen's 3-0, which you expected to be. Jesuit, I think we're all surprised Jesuit beat Prosper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was kind of a
We did not see that coming.
grab your attention, see what's going on with those guys. And so Prosper comes in. I'm just, woo!
Slow down.
We need to back
Take a
up.
breath.
Because we need to back up. And I know why this is going wrong, because we didn't talk about tailgate.
We didn't.
Probably one of our best tailgates all year.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Beautiful weather. Not overwhelming wind.
I'm thinking something's wrong with me, though, because I'm screwing up here.
Not as good as James showed up right at the end of it.
Yes.
Hey,
With the chips.
one of us has to work.
Yesterday, I bring 2 grills because we're cooking a bunch. No big deal.
No, you brought 1.5 grills.
By the way, and
That was what I was fixing to
let's
say.
have the definition of the grill.
That's
Let's
not a
just
grill.
Make sure.
Hey.
one
know.
of them you cook right on the coals.
One of them look like George Foreman.
It looks like a panini press or something.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
They were your $25 Walmart tabletop specials.
Hey, but you
One
know
of
what?
them
It worked.
One of them was.
it did work. Just
The other
a
one is a
little-
Cuisinart.
And one of them somebody left on, too.
It was just, it's crazy. I start grilling chicken on one. I turn around, I open the lid on the other, and I had taken the grate off because it was dirty. So I said, I'll clean it for this thing. And I cleaned it, and it was sitting in the laundry room next to the sink, and I forgot to put it back
You put it in a washing machine to clean it?
I did. See, we do things different over here on the
Did
east
you not
side.
hear that racket in your part of the neighborhood?
So I open the grill to turn it on, and I look, and there's no grate. I'm like, you got to be kidding.
Great.
Great.
No, great.
Luckily, the wife was still at home. Called her up.
Honey.
Bring the grate. So we started off with one grill rather than two, and
What was Plan B if she wasn't home?
We would have been cooking
somebody
on the
would have been
little
running to Walmart real quick and getting a grate. So there's options. But anyhow, we had a big crowd yesterday. The Tyndale family
Yep.
and their parents joined us. They
Yep.
sit right behind us. Caleb and
Cora.
Cora, little kids.
Super fans.
We're turning them into I don't know what, but they're 5 and 3, and they're just a trip. And
Our
so-
replacements.
Yeah, they're her replacements. That's it. Coming up. And then Coach Gill had his uncles in town last
Yeah.
night.
3 guys from
They
Tennessee.
were- well,
Two
we met
shows.
2 of them.
2 of the 3 came,
They were good guys too.
hung out with us.
I thought the third one showed up.
No,
No,
he was in the
No.
he
stadium.
went in the
Stadium.
stadium.
Oh, okay.
8 with us. We talked
Yeah.
Rocky Top and
Yeah.
all things Tennessee associated.
Talk stories.
And so that was good to have them by. And so we just had a good time. Weather.
The weather was awesome.
And it ended up good. It was
Yeah.
a little suspect at the beginning. The wind.
It was a
It
good day
died,
for football.
died down.
So fun times out there. So that was fun. And so then we go into have my parents were here too. I forgot about them.
Wah, wah,
My
wah.
parents and my nephew were here. My nephew had never been to an Allen Eagle football game.
10-year-old with lots of energy.
He did, and all he wanted to do was throw the football. My arm's about to fall off.
Yeah.
I threw so much yesterday.
I told him I had a shoulder injury. I hope I'm not going to hell for that.
Did you really? You might be.
Plenty other
My
reasons
shoulder's
why.
fine.
Yeah. If that's your worst reason, I think you're going to be okay.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
So we have football, and we have Jesuit at 4-2, 3-0 in district against Allen, who's obviously 6-0, undefeated in district. Pretty big matchup, and Allen loses the coin toss.
Second
me
week
worried.
in a
Second
So
row.
week.
the
Well,
outcome is in doubt from the get-go.
You know, you
Yeah.
got to wonder, because you got to wonder. But they do lose the coin toss, and say, okay, we'll get the ball first and see what happens.
Kind of didn't matter, did it?
Well, you run a play, and Raylan gets 1 yard, and you're like, oh, here we
gosh.
go. Now what's going to happen on play 2? Play 2, they hand it off to
Too pretty.
spectacular junior running back, Jordan Johnson.
Jordan.
Bye-bye.
And adios amigo.
On to the
Bye-bye.
house.
Breaks 1 tackle through the line, and then it's
60, 70 yards.
74 yards
Wow.
to the house.
Way to go, Jordan.
And you learn real quick that nobody on Jesuit is as fast as he is.
Yeah. May I interject here?
Please.
I was on my way to the game at that point still, and so I was listening to the old coach, and they said as soon as they called touchdown, as soon as he broke the linebackers, they said, he's gone, and he was.
He was.
He was.
He was breaking away too.
It was.
Yeah, he was.
It was a
he
thing of beauty.
He was pulling away once he got past the line.
Yeah.
He's a very fast
Yeah, he
individual,
is.
Yes.
and he runs.
And there's a few others that are
and the
just
thing
as
is,
fast.
you'll watch runs like that, and it's all of a sudden you'll see maybe halfway through the run, oh, he's found a second gear. He was in his second gear,
7 yards past the
7
line of
yards.
scrimmage. Yeah,
That was very impressive.
and
So,
it's cool. And for those of you who or don't sit on the visitor side or don't ever get down on the sidelines, that is one of the coolest experiences to have when the crowd. Something's happening because the crowd just erupts, and it's
Yeah.
really cool to hear that.
Yeah.
Because when you're in the stands, you don't necessarily hear it as much as when you're down or on the other side. It's just, you're like, here we go.
yeah.
And so, I don't know if anybody had any trepidation about this game. You wonder because Jesuit scored a bunch last week, and you go, but that kind of puts everything for me at ease. You're like,
Yeah.
you already smacked them in the face, second play of the game.
Yeah.
How are they going to respond?
You pulled a Mike Tyson on him.
Yeah, you did. You hit them right in the mouth. And let's see how they respond. And so Jesuit comes back. They get the ball. And they actually, drive
Move it
down
well.
the field.
Drive down.
Move it well.
Yeah.
But to our
Hurry
defense's
up!
credit,
Hurry up! Offense.
yeah, they forced him into a field goal attempt.
And that was going to be one of my major points today is if you're going to play Allen and you're going to play him competitively, you can't kick field goals.
No.
You've got to
At
score
all.
touchdowns. And they stop them, and they end up kicking a 19-yard field goal. And they drive down the field mostly. They've got 2 running backs. Obviously Emmett Smith's son, EJ, plays running back for them, but also plays a lot of receiver. And then they found this other kid, Jake Taylor,
He's
who was
pretty
actually
good.
their leading
He's
rusher.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Was he number 8? Was he number 8?
Somebody,
I
yeah.
think he was number 8. And, a good combination of run and pass on their part last night. And they get down the field, end up kicking a field goal. You know they hated settling for that.
Yeah.
But they did. And so it's 7-3. Like, all right, let's see what else we got. So they kick off. And by golly, my head hurt so much last night watching this kickoff.
The razzle-dazzle trickery on the kickoff thing.
Yeah, that was a little too much.
Who's kicking what,
I mean,
where,
who
when?
Who they think they're kidding? I mean, really? I mean,
Does that stuff even really work?
If
It
they
must.
make the playoffs, then it's going to be their first playoff opponent.
but-
They might need it.
yeah, but you show it constantly. I mean, it's just not like it's out of the blue. I mean, just like
kick the ball.
And wasn't the second kickoff when they tried to drop it over
Yes.
the first? Because we got the ball like at the 50-yard line.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we had a
It was
very
a,
short
it was a
field.
poochie.
was it Plano East that came out the second half and did an onside kick, or who did we play that
Yeah,
did
that was
that?
Plano.
That was Coppell.
Oh,
Coppell. Now that's something that's unexpected. You know,
Sure. And actually, I guess we got it at the 40-yard line. So first play, Raylan goes for 27. I think his wheels are back under him. He had a nice running game. Second play, incomplete pass. Third play,
Bada boom.
Selden Manning
No.
goes to the line, and I don't know how many people hit him. We'd have to go back and look at the film.
Off
Push.
me.
Yeah.
Get out my face.
Were you there for that yet?
No, I hadn't got there yet.
Dude, you need to see this play.
it was-
when Tony shows it, because I know he broke at least 3 tackles on it. And the last one,
minimum 3.
the guy was on him,
And he exploded out of
and
it.
he twisted and he turned, and then it was off me and off to the right.
He actually got to where he's backwards. And
Yeah.
went down, took a couple
Should
steps
we reenact
backwards.
it?
Well, yeah, he's
We should
pushing on
reenact
that.
it.
Pushing on his face.
And get off me, 33 yards, touchdown.
off of me.
14 to 3.
Weight room touchdown.
At that point, I called ball game.
Yeah.
I said, "That's to me. I can just see that the PC trained is working here, and not the Jesuit is a PC trained, but
Because I was going to say they are too.
yeah, are they?
Yeah, but Gino doesn't send his best guys there.
Wow.
All right, that's funny. So 14 to 3, still first quarter. They get the ball. They drive. They get down to the Allen 25-yard line. They've got 3rd and 10 at the 30 after a penalty. Quarterback Rance Holman decides he's going to run the ball, and he runs the ball, and I don't know how many yards he gets. Oh, actually, he ran for 11 yards, so
Yeah.
he would have had a first down.
But he kind of ducks, or
decides
does
he's
he
gonna slide.
or
And we're still debating because none of us
I got to watch that in slow
see
mo.
who hit him, but somebody got him.
Well, sliding would be
tagged him.
feet first. He went head first.
No,
he went feet first.
He went feet first.
Yeah, he was sliding feet
He
first.
was
and got
because
lit
he
up
was
right in
he
the
was
chest.
almost.
Well, then he was sideways.
Yeah,
He got sideways, all right.
He got sideways.
Well, I mean, he was sideways because where he got hit.
the ball.
Yeah.
Hit right in the chest, dude.
He got hit.
sideways.
I don't know where he got hit. I want to see that one too.
But the ball was knocked out.
Ball's
Called a
knocked
fumble.
out. Don't know who. Jesuit coaches are losing their mind over there wanting to target him. You know,
Called
Well,
the timeout.
they were wanting
Yeah.
him. They were wanting him down.
Called
Yeah.
the timeout so they could talk to the ref.
But I figured because the refs let the first time he slid like that, they
Gave him
put
2
the
extra
ball. They
yards.
marked him where he ended up. His slide was done. So I guess they think the play was still.
But the ball comes out, Allen recovers, and you're like, oh, here we go again. So Selden rushes for 0. Raylan rushes for 14. Raylan goes to Green for 12. Bryson Green for 12. And we'll get to the Green twins in a minute. Selden for 5. Raylan incomplete. Selden for -1. And then Allen punts. And our punter had a off and on night last
Yeah.
night, and
Yeah.
it's not often you see a punter
little
having to meet the coach.
yeah, a little bit of a low line drive, and then he had a talking to.
Caden had some conversations with the coach last night a couple times, and so something to keep in the back of your mind for later. It was just interesting. So we punt, they get the ball on their 21, they go 3 and out actually, which. And we talked earlier, they ran 80, what did I say earlier? 82 plays?
84.
86. Something.
80-something.
80-something plays
80
last
plus.
night. Let's see, I can 47, 88 plays actually. So for a 3 and out, we didn't have many of those last night. They go 3 and out, and then the end of the quarter comes. Allen's starting to drive. And then what I consider one of the best plays of the night, Allen gets down to the Jesuit 15, and they run the bubble screen to Bryson Green. And if y'all haven't seen the video of this play,
Tractor pull.
Yeah. Matt Welch, our good friend, the writer for the Star.
yep, Allen
Matt
American Star has a great video of this, and Thad said it, tractor pull, because Bryson breaks the initial tackle, and then I guess a linebacker
Yes.
Comes and latches onto him.
grabs him around the waist, and Bryson drags him.
His
It is-
feet are out with his.
He turned his
He was,
feet out to
he was
create more
skiing
drag.
behind Bryson.
It was. It was like he was a sled dog, man, pulling that sled, because Bryson drags that kid from like the 8-yard line,
Cat on the carpet.
and then he gets hit again about the 3, so there's 2 of them on him,
Doesn't matter.
and he's going. And I was actually standing right down there when in front of that play, and the effort that kid put forth was incredible to get in the end zone. A 15-yard touchdown pass, and he dragged the guys at least 8 yards to get in the end zone. And that's the kind of effort that'll win you ball games. And it made everybody, all the boys, love that too when they see that.
Yeah, they were all fired up.
Student section kind of got fired up over that too.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that were
And that's
fired up.
that's a different story there too.
Yeah.
That student
the
section,
preppy section?
man, they just continue to just go above and beyond.
Yep. So you're up 21-3 to start the second quarter. Jesuit gets the ball. They have a little bit of drive basically to midfield. They punt. Allen gets the ball on their own 17-yard line. And then the O-line does what the O-line should do. Raylan drops back to pass.
Scotch and a cigarette.
Scotch and a cigarette
Yep.
time.
Yep.
And they run the post to Blaine Green. He beats his guy by 5 yards.
Yeah. Something like that.
Raylan drops it in, and it's an 87-yard touchdown.
It's a thing of beauty.
Man, we could have ran that deep post
All night long.
all night long.
It was so pretty. And there's another video, and I think Callie Kaplan has it from the Dallas Morning News. It's on Twitter, of that play, and she's down on the line of scrimmage, and so she pans up, and when Blaine catches it, Alford is so excited. I've never seen Alford show any emotion, so this is really cool. Alford is running back towards the line of scrimmage going, yes! And I was just like, look at Alford, man, getting all excited. Because the play worked.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah. And it was just awesome. So you got a coach getting excited about it. So good for Alford for seeing that. So it's 28-3, and you're like, whew. I think Jesuit's on the other side thinking, well, this ain't Prosper.
I can hear Don Meredith now.
What's he say?
Turn out the lights. The party's over.
And that's early in the second quarter, and you're up 28-3. And you're like, okay. And, Jesuit doesn't give up, and I think Jesuit has a pretty good team. They got a lot of,
Yep.
E.J. Smith obviously is a very good player. Their quarterback can throw the ball. And
Kind of a funky wind-up, but he can throw it.
they dink and dunk, and they mix in the run.
Hey, their line played well.
And their line did play well. And we've got to mention this because it happened in the second quarter. I'm not sure exactly on what drive. It was probably on the drive preceding that one. Or it may have been the 3 and out before that. Holman drops back to pass.
Better get your sign ready.
And the prophet.
Yes.
The prophet, Elijah Fisher,
Jeez, the prophet was on fire.
hits him so hard. Did you see that, Thad? Were you there for that?
Oh, yeah.
The body just buckled.
Oh,
I think Ollie found that quarterback's cup. Because
Yeah,
he
yeah.
picked it up and brought it to
Was
the
showing it-
sideline,
showing it to
showing
Alford.
all the other
yeah.
coaches.
He got there just as the ball got released, and it probably affected the pass, and it wasn't a sack. But oh my Lord! And James will post this on Twitter
Yep.
sometime today.
Yep.
The hit of the night.
I got the hit. I didn't get the full, complete follow through, and
You slow motion pictures when you see somebody go like that, and his lips
Yeah,
are rolling
if-
like this. The whole
that's
body
like
was doing
when
that.
you were wishing you were at AT&T and that happened because
Yep.
you see
How'd
spit
that go
come
again?
out of his mouth and sweat come off his head on the big screen. But yeah, he hit him so hard. I was like, oh my Lord! I was. On
He
the
walks
field.
away and goes,
I tweeted to the boys. I said, "Oh my!" That's all I could say was, "Oh my," because I didn't think he was getting up. He hit him.
And he
hard.
didn't look like it for a minute there. He's just kind of laying there like Loki in Avengers.
And what does Fish do? He walks behind the quarterback, turns to the student section, and goes. I was like, really? Like, that's awesome.
Having fun.
He was having fun. He had a very good night. He was very busy. So anyhow, it's 28-3, and Prosper starts to find something, and what they find is E.J. Smith.
Prosper.
As a
Yeah,
receiver.
yeah.
I said Prosper.
Jesuit,
I've
yeah.
got Prosper on my mind.
It's all right.
Don't do that.
It's
Don't look
that,
ahead.
It's that headband. You're not used to having.
we have
your head
Boyd next
contained.
week.
Boyd next week.
Oh, Boyd.
Go Boyd.
So, Jesuit. They find something, and it's E.J. Smith as a receiver.
King push off.
Yes.
He doesn't know how to do that.
Well, the first pass that they threw him in the end zone, that was a touchdown.
No,
it was a
push
touchdown.
off. It was a push off.
No, well, the second
That was
one
a
was the
35.
push off.
Oh yeah, that right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a long 35-yard
Second
touchdown
one.
pass. He was open on that one.
the second one.
So they score, and it's 28-10. Allen gets the ball right back, and he goes for 42 yards to Blaine again on the deep post. He rushes for 11 down to their 22. And then I love when plays like this come together, and I don't know if they blitzed up the middle or what, but you look up and Sheldon Manning running down the middle of the field.
Wow.
There's no one, not
one
within
within-
20 yards of it.
Yeah, and Raylan just tosses it over the top to him, and it's almost easy.
Yeah.
You're like, what happened there? But somebody obviously blew a coverage.
Boy, if that pass wasn't completed.
Yeah, if either one of those had happened. So 35-10. You're thinking, okay. Here we go again. Jesuit gets the ball. They go down the field, and this is where the push-off, I think everybody... I couldn't see it. I was on the other end of the field, but I heard everybody complain in the stands. You could hear them in there, push off.
Right in front of the ref, too, the side judge.
But in looking at it, he yes. Hey, the video don't lie, Nolan. All I can tell you is what I see on the video.
What'd you see?
He was stiff arming the whole time.
Oh, really?
He didn't push off as much as he had him at arm's length, and then he
which you can't
released.
do.
He released. Yeah, I mean,
It was a back shoulder throw.
The whole play
And
should have
so-
been a
and
flag.
he released,
on
and
him.
he had separation.
He extended his arm, and that's what they usually get you for, but
Yeah.
they didn't.
They didn't, and
They
so they
didn't.
score, and it's 35-17, and you're like, here we're still in the second quarter, and all these points are piling up here. And
yards.
Yeah. Allen gets the ball back. They go down, they kick a field goal, and at this point, there's like 2 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah.
Okay, I leave the field and go to the concession stand, and Jesuit, just as we kick off, and so
they got
Jesuit has the
3 and
ball.
out.
And I wasn't paying that much attention to anything, and they I guess they did go 3 and
Yeah,
out, because
3
the
and
next
out.
thing I hear is Raylan sharp pass complete too. I was like, what? I turned around, I was like, how did we get the ball so quick? And I missed that whole series, but evidently there was a trick play in there.
Yes.
Well, first down, they throw an out route,
Okay.
and we're all like, all right.
Yeah,
we're not sitting on
working.
those last 30 seconds of the half. And then the next play was the
Oh, so you went
double
flea flicker.
reverse.
Razzle dazzle,
Bryson for
flea
8,
flicker.
and
Yeah,
then Raylan for 33 yards. That's the razzle dazzle.
yeah, razzle
Double
dazzle,
reverse
flea flicker.
And he threw it to Selden down the sideline.
Okay.
Yep.
And then the next
least I
play,
said
I saw the highlights of that. He passed it down to Bryson
Oh,
Down to the
to the 1 yard line.
yeah, that could have
the
been
1 inch line.
It looked like it could have been called a touchdown, but the referee, I guess the side judge hadn't made it down there.
And that's with 2 seconds left.
Yeah, he
Okay.
knocked the pylon over.
And my understanding is they would lined up to go for a touchdown.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and then
With
false
3 seconds
start motion.
motion.
74.
Ooh, David.
So now it's just
North.
kick the field goal.
kick the field goal. Your halftime, it's 41-17.
Yeah.
489 total yards in the first half.
There you go.
That's
you
a
got,
lot
You
for
got
Allen.
you got a complete game.
That's your story right there.
I guess the theme would be explosive plays all night long.
Yeah, there were a bunch of them,
Chunk plays.
and it's
I know about explosive.
Yeah, we saw it.
All right, keep it moving.
oh my gosh.
Keep it moving.
Second half starts. Jesuit gets the ball. They just and it
Have a
seems
brain
like they
fart.
kept it forever.
They drove it down. It was probably about a 4.5, 5 minute drive.
And they get down to the Allen 35, 4th and 4. They go for it. They don't get it. Allen gets the ball back. Have a big play, another big play to Blaine. Blaine had 182 yards receiving last night, so big night for him. He had a 45-yarder on this drive. They get down and the drive stalls, and James Griffith kicks a 44-yard field goal, which we'll take 44 yards at any point.
It's good practice.
Yeah, I think that's key. Gives him confidence to know later on down when we might need it.
Yeah. And then, to me, one of the hardest watches I've had in a long time, the rest of the third quarter, between, and I don't know what happened, but it just seemed like this was a whole different ball game in that third quarter than it was. Now, and I know you get to make adjustments at halftime, but I just saw lethargy, lethargic
Lethargy?
on the part of the Allen offense. It just seemed to. They were.
It's
well,
stalled.
and here's the other
It's
thing
stalled.
that happened, and we talked about this at breakfast. The referees found their flags.
Yes, they did. Well, that was actually the fourth quarter they found their flags.
Well, it started in the third, but it's like they hadn't thrown any flags in the. I think they threw one flag in the first half.
Yeah, first quarter.
And then, I mean, Prosper Jesuit only had 2 penalties all night long, which 2 called penalties all night long.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the can of I'm going to give you a bunch of penalties on an Allen opened up, and it was just penalty after penalty after penalty, and the holding calls started kicking in, and a couple of them were legitimate, but you're just like, where did all this come from? Because you were sitting on your flag in the first half. But that third quarter just seemed like, I don't know what happened. The intensity to me wasn't there.
Well, Raylan took a sack. He was trying to direct the receiver, and he's looking downfield, and the kind of, I don't know if he slows to throw the ball, and the guy wraps him around his legs. But, he
wasn't running
things
top
kind of
speed.
like that were happening in that segment of the game.
So you're 44-17. Again, after it was 41-17 at half, it's 44-17 to start the fourth, and then things got a little interesting.
Did they?
And it makes you wonder if there's some gamemanship going on there, but I don't know. It's 44-17, and we start rotating, and
It's senior night.
Yeah.
got to play the
Heavy
seniors. Get
rotation.
them some time. Cerniglia goes in, and our buddy Sam Hunter takes the jet sweep,
And Jets.
breaks through the
boy.
line,
Afterburners.
and turns it on. And I love seeing that guy run.
Boy, the future is bright for the Allen Eagles.
Yeah.
And he fought. He didn't pass him clean, but he fought off a tackler.
Yep.
And got in that end zone. He wanted it. I guess he had.
Two tackles.
Had
And you got-
momentum
And
and
here's
He was
where I think
hunting the end zone.
I think things got interesting because we did have our rotating people in there, but on that series there were several passes being thrown, which you're up 44-17, and now it's 51-17. But
yeah, and normally it's running plays to burn the clock, but
yeah,
Rotating people.
exactly.
It was,
Different names
like
to call.
Thad said, I think it was senior night, and they were trying to get everybody involved.
And like we talked about
Hey,
it,
I liked it.
yeah, like Mark was saying at breakfast, it wasn't like we were throwing post routes down the
Yeah.
middle. It was little passes out to the side,
dink and dunks.
and every one was to a different receiver
Yep.
that went in for his one play and type thing. You
Yep.
know, get those kids a stat. That's exactly what it
I
looked
liked
like.
it.
You know, to me. But
And so
Yeah.
we kick off. Allen kicks off. Jesuit gets the ball, and they have 10 straight running plays. So you think at this point, coach is saying, raise the right white flag. We're done. And they do, and they end up punting. And then Allen gets the ball. This is where it gets really fun. He completes a pass to Kobe White. I don't even remember that. Then there's a snap over his head,
Yep.
and then so
He
Allen
goes all the way back. And
and so
falls
Allen ends
on
up punting there, and so they pin Jesuit back at their 7-yard line, and so then they get a penalty, and actually they run for 2, they get a penalty, and
They're
then
1 of 2.
and then they, I guess I can't remember if it was a handoff or was it a. I think
It was
it was a handoff.
yeah, to number 3, a little
Yeah.
sweep around the right.
Kyle Heckle goes 93 yards for a touchdown.
We got heckled.
We did get heckled.
That was a heckle of a play.
Our seniors missed a tackle on that, and off he goes, 93 yards, touchdown. You're like, okay, 51-25. Well, and so we get the ball back, and rather than run the ball, we throw a little pass to Jalen Jenkins. And again, they had him for, I don't know, 5 or 6 yards, and he twists and he turns, and next thing you know,
He got slung shot out.
he did.
And he's just a sophomore.
He is a sophomore, and that sophomore went
Future's
75
bright for
yards
the
for a
Alameda.
touchdown.
Yeah.
That was a pretty touchdown.
That was cool. And he was all excited, and he did the track across the
Yes.
He did do that when he's
on the goal line.
Break the
Yeah.
tape.
Break the tape at the goal line. And so you're 58-25 with, I don't know, not much time left. Well, and the one thing, too, when Jesuit scored,
They
went for 2.
Twice.
twice.
Well, but in the first time, and you go, okay, why? You know, you're wondering,
Are you trying to make a point?
What's
or
the
are you-
motivation
Are
here?
you
They're
just
practicing their
practicing.
2-point plays
And this is
for
where
the
I think
playoffs?
Just like
playoffs,
onside
the
kicks.
coaches kind of got a little twisted over there.
Yeah.
So they said, okay, we're going to go for 2. And so we kick off. Allen kicks off.
And it's on.
And Jesuit doesn't drop back or run the ball 10 straight times. This time they drop back, and somebody missed the coverage really bad.
Well, they ran that
open.
little sweep to number 3 again. He
Yeah,
pulled
pitch
up
out.
and threw a pass.
Yeah, to
Halfback option.
85. That was 6
who was
foot
like
14.
6'8".
6'14".
my nephew was down on the field for the first half, and that guy came by on a kickoff. He was on kickoff team, and he must have been, seriously, he's probably 6'5", 6'6", and then in that uniform, I was like, look at this dude. So we'll look for him on the basketball team too. I don't know, but Wyatt Garrett's his name, so let's keep that in mind when basketball season rolls around. But yeah, they go 74 yards in a single play, and you're like, oh boy, throwing the trick play in there in the pass.
Yeah.
And they go for 2 again.
That was as wide open as I've ever seen a receiver,
Yeah.
too.
He was. Yeah, he was 15, 20 yards behind everybody. There wasn't anybody going to catch him. So they score, and they go for 2. They get it. It's 58-33. Final score. No more nonsense after that. Allen racks up 726 yards of total offense.
And how much did Jesuit get? They got over 500.
They got 548, but you got to remember the last two
quarters.
Yeah, that's
two series were 170 of that. So they really 380 yards before those last 2 series. So that's acceptable.
Yeah.
But 726 yards. And one of the math configurations we did a little while ago was Allen ran 62 plays and scored 58 points. Mm-hmm. So you're almost averaging a point a play. I think if you can do that, you're going to be okay. So very efficient.
Yeah.
No turnovers. And I'm not sure if this is the first game all year with no turnovers.
Of the 33 points that Jesuit scored, if you had to play another team and have your number ones in for the majority of the game, how many of those are points that they would not have scored or should not have scored?
Everything in the second quarter.
They had 0 points in the second half until we started subbing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is what you love to see.
There you go.
Yeah. And that's
So what?
And
14
who do we
points
sub
on
with,
2
James?
plays.
the rotational play.
he ain't falling for that one again, man.
Oh, he was talking
Oh,
big last night.
Oh, I got authorization from Mark here, but
Yeah.
I'm not using it. I'm gonna save my street cred for when I need it.
Oh man! So a good night overall for everybody. Really, again, it was total domination. I think from the get go for a team that had just beaten the pants off Prosper last week. So you had to wonder what were you going to get.
We got a little bit more. The kids got a little bit more beat up after this game or through this game, but we won't talk any more detail than that.
We got some people hurt that may impact the rest of the season. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
We are, the good thing is we talked to some of the kids that are not feeling good right now, and they all plan on being back.
Yep.
Maybe one next week, and all by the Prosper game for sure, which will be good. So they're getting healthy in some respects. So averaged 7.9 yards a rush, which is right at their average for the year at 8 yards a rush, and you can do a lot when you average 8 yards a rush. 246 yards rushing, 480 yards passing.
Yeah.
That's going back to the Kyler Murray days to have numbers like that. So real efficient passing night. Averaged 21.8 yards passed. So, of course, Blaine had several long
good.
ones in there, which is good. And tough. Again, love seeing the toughness out of the
It's
kids.
exactly what you want to see from a receiver is that kind of toughness.
Yeah.
A good receiver can catch the ball, but to do the yards after the catch the way they've done,
Yep.
fight through some of those tackles, that's very impressive.
It was good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people caught passes, so that's good too, spreading the wealth.
Way to go on senior night. Way
There
to
you
go,
go.
coaches.
Get it to them. So Allen improves to 7-0 on the year. Jesuit falls to 4-3. Allen is now in sole possession of first place in the district, with 3 games left. And around the district last night, you had McKinney Boyd, who is Allen's next opponent. They lost
Yep.
to Prosper.
And so Prosper got their mojo back.
Well,
29 to.
again, not
29 to
seeing the
3.
game, it's hard to tell, but it was
Yeah.
only. I was expecting a larger margin of victory there.
It was 7-3 at half at Prosper.
Yeah.
Well, in the Prosper Jesuit game, I think they were saying that the turnover bug got Prosper and they got down quick
Yep.
against Jesuit. And
Yeah.
so that
Yep.
game may have been a little inflated of what it normally should have been.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Get you out of the rhythm and if you start getting out of your game and doing things
Yeah,
that you
'cause then
don't
you might have
aren't
to-
used to.
Readopt a new game plan.
Yeah.
So Prosper moves to 3-1 in district.
Yeah, and Plano got their ego boosted by playing Plano East.
Here we go again with Plano. Plano is, Allen played Plano and just beat the pants off of them, and you're like, man, this team's awful. And they are now sitting at 3-1 in district,
I know.
and you're like,
And so we had the Battle of the McCulloughs.
Well, they also have their toughest games left, too.
Yeah, that's true.
well, they got a couple they're going to have to struggle. They do have
Yeah.
Jesuit left. They do have Prosper
Yeah.
left, and
yeah.
Jesuit's at Jesuit, I believe, and
so we'll
Prosper's
see
at
where they
Clark.
end up.
Yeah. Well, and so J-Don beats Joey 42-20. So way to go, J-Don. We'll see you next year, huh?
Is he big brother? Or is he
Loser.
little
He's
brother?
big brother, I think.
There you
yeah.
go, big brother beating little brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there
he's
you go.
got that just for men thing going on, and he overdoes it. Let me tell you, we saw him at the basketball game. I'm like, geez, I think your scalp turned black, dude.
he uses a Sharpie.
He's using
Krylon.
Ron Pompil's spray
Okay.
on
All
there.
right.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
That's funny. And McKinney, who
Good
we
old
all
McKinney.
expected to be a little
Better.
more competitive than they have been, gets a victory last night over
Over
Plano West
yeah, the cellar dweller.
to get their first district win. And it kind of sets up an interesting scenario for the fourth playoff spot because everybody
Yeah.
I think will agree Allen, Prosper, and Jesuit will make the playoffs.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And so you really come down in my mind to Plano and McKinney.
And Plano's been flexing their muscle.
And Plano owns the tiebreaker over McKinney.
Yeah.
But McKinney has the easier schedule.
Yeah.
On
the rest of the games.
rest of the way, but we'll see what happens. So next week, you get Allen travels to McKinney to play Boyd,
Yep.
which it is what it is.
Yeah.
are y'all gonna? I'm not gonna make that game. So are y'all gonna remember not to sit on that front row where
Yes.
the walls this
Yes.
high?
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
already talked about that.
Yeah.
That's not.
Or
And this is
the
a public
ledges.
service announcement for all of y'all. I know you get reserved tickets over there. Do not sit on the front row of the upper deck.
If you're a person of girth.
Yeah. Well, it's
or
it's
double girth.
or short.
It's
or
very
short.
short wall. The wall's high. It's very short knee.
And those little
And
cup
if it's
holders.
hot, it's like
Yeah.
a sauna.
There's no flow
And
to
the
heat
cup
off that.
holders get in the way of your legs too. 'Cause They
Yeah.
have cup holders on that first row, so
Yep.
don't sit on that first row.
No, please do so we don't have to worry about
Yeah,
it.
either that or bring a couple phone books to sit on.
Yeah, something. So that'll be fun.
You feel low.
You feel low.
I'm so low. Shelly
Well,
got
next
low.
week too, we have another public service announcement because
Yes, we do.
next week is Allen's Pink Out. And
Pink
so
Out.
you be sure to do like that.
It's on backwards.
Hello.
And wear your pink.
Yeah.
Or
Be
Breast
proud in
cancer
pink. There
awareness.
you go. That's better.
there you go.
Oh, look at
No, I
that.
think it was better the other way.
That was kind of cool. There you
Wow.
that was cool. So
That's done.
make sure
Richmond
dress
High.
in pink, whatever you have. That's even better look right there. for those who know people or are suffering from cancer, and it's a good night that Alan puts together, and we're doing it away this year. So everybody do your best to pink out. And we'll see.
Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid.
It's okay.
Susie, this one will be for you next week.
Yep.
So
We gotta have a
John, thanks for stopping by at the tailgate last night as
Yeah.
well. So
Good talking to you.
yep. And so Thad's showing you what to do. You don't have pink hair, wear a pink shirt or pink pants. I don't know, wear
Yeah.
something.
Pink socks, pink underwear,
Dress as the
whatever.
Pink Panther. We don't care.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Ooh.
Why are you looking at me?
Because you could be the older version of the Pink Panther. Daniel Way. All of us do it.
Well, hey, I just for this game that we had, I just want to mention two players that I was really noticing that we don't necessarily see a whole lot. There's been some movement around in the secondary. So number 20, Matthew Toussaint, did a good job. Got burned a couple times, but that's all right. It's excellent experience. For the most part, you made some excellent plays, and then Braden Manning at linebacker.
He only got burned a couple times too.
Well, but he was playing better, so that's good.
Well, the one thing that they did is like when they put EJ in the slot, they would slide the outside linebacker over there and chuck him at the line, to try to
yeah.
disrupt the timing and things. So
Yep.
it's hard to keep that guy in check in space. So I think they did a pretty good job.
He's got the genes,
He knows how to push off.
And
Are
Matthew
they
Norman,
Jordache?
yeah,
Are they Jordache jeans?
No, they're guess.
Oh,
and Matthew Norman was just aggressive, like we always loved seeing him play. So
And they've changed positions with him.
Yeah.
Too. So,
Zaytique and Matthew have flip flopped.
Yep.
swippy swapping.
so it's good to see experiments like that, and it's even better when they work. So
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Zaytique played corner in sub varsity, so he knows the position.
He knows what he's doing.
Yep.
All
What'd he
right.
do?
Um,
Is that it? Housekeeping? Are we good?
no, we have to talk about our player, because we're
Yes.
highlighting a player, and folks, this player needs. Y'all know the numbers and y'all know the stats and everything, but we're going to call him out anyways, just because
We're proud.
we are proud, and it doesn't. It's just cool to see somebody who we all know is going to excel when others have all these doubts.
Yeah.
And
Thanks.
Kyler Murray, we got to see it for 3 years, and I think everybody that did experience that for 3 years is really cool to look at somebody who is so talented and is so driven and has excelled at every level that he's played. And
Every
he's
level.
in the NFL now, and this past week he was NFL
Week.
NFC Offensive Player of the Week. And so far this year, I mean, the kid's having a great season with a I'm just going to say a mediocre team.
A challenged team. Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, I said, it kind of reminds me of the '89 Cowboys when Aikman came in.
Yeah.
And Aikman had all the talent in the world, but they went 1-15 that year because the talent around him wasn't that good.
Yeah.
And but he made everybody better. He got hurt late in the season, but he played. That gets hot, doesn't it? Thad?
So Arizona's going to trade David Johnson like the Cowboys trade Herschel,
Yeah.
and they're going to win the Super Bowl
They
next
wish
year.
they could, get that kind of trade. But it's good to see him have the success he's having, and he's doing it well. He has, I think he has 4 interceptions all year, which, and for those people who said he's too short,
Forget that.
you better rethink that position. I think, my wife has him on her fantasy team, and she's been loving it because he's been,
Yeah.
It took him a little while. His yardage is getting up. His touchdowns are starting to pick up.
Yep.
But I was thinking the other day, don't you think Larry Fitzgerald's going, man, couldn't I
love
have
this.
another 5
5
years?
years.
'Cause
I
I
love
finally
this.
got a quarterback here,
Yeah.
He's having a great year.
And they've got an offense.
Well, they're getting there. They need some
Yeah.
and
time.
they, and,
It's
and they
fun.
really excel when it's the hurry up,
Yep.
dude. I mean,
Yeah.
I would just run that all the time.
Why not?
Forget the analytics and all this stuff. I would just go no huddle, no call, let Kyler
Right.
see
Don't
it,
let the
do it.
defensive sub just go.
Yep. And like the play they kept showing from last week where he
The Vince Young offense, you mean?
he ducked under one guy and he turned around and he threw the pass. And I looked at that and go,
Eyes in the back of your head.
Seen it for years and years.
It doesn't surprise me at all. But everybody's like, oh, and I'm like,
It's so funny. The guys at work, that know that I've been an Allen Eagle fan they go, well, you're right. No kidding, I'm right. Dude. I've been trying to tell you for freaking 7 years that this guy's going to be an NFL quarterback.
Ice water in his veins.
Yeah.
He doesn't let anything get to him.
No.
He's all about, let's do it. Let's get it done.
So.
Get to work.
very business.
And we've seen it so many times. 22-point comebacks, in the third quarter, fourth quarter.
That's what I want for Christmas, James.
What?
I want you to make a CD of the Mesquite Memorial Miracle.
And
give it to me for
pretty
Christmas.
Fantastic. All right, I'm gonna do that. Well, because we don't have a copy of that.
we
game.
don't have
Now,
it.
which year was that? 13 or 14?
The SMU Stadium
forget.
game.
We beat DeSoto. That was 13, wasn't it? When we beat them, or 12?
so.
It
12 was the shellacking where they beat
Yeah.
South Lake the week
And then
before.
13 was
SMU.
at
13 was at Mesquite Memorial. Yeah.
And
yeah.
14.
And then 14 was at AT&T.
AT&T.
Correct.
Yeah, so 13, I think it's 13.
Yeah.
Go into the
18 last
archives.
second.
All right,
Field
13.
Yeah. It was crazy. So Kyler Murray's
That'd
our
be fun.
player that we kind of
Yeah, on Sunday. Is it the early game?
Yeah,
or?
he plays. Speaking
Yeah,
of
they,
which,
they play at early game.
Early game.
noon on Sunday.
Speaking of,
they play the Giants.
He was just on.
They were just showing.
Oh, they were
Yeah.
showing him on the TV
All right.
behind me. So anyhow, Kyler Murray, bless you, bro. We appreciate all you're doing, and thanks for repping Allen really well. So cool.
Get on our podcast, dude. When you're in town.
Oh, Kyler, I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, what are you talking about? So anybody have anything else?
No.
We good?
Yeah.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure, I'm
Shout
glad.
out.
Sure.
We haven't done this yet, and Scott and Evan, thanks for your service to AISD and whatever your future holds. We wish you the best of luck, and congrats to Robin Bullock, our friend, who
needs to come on the podcast?
Yeah, she needs to come on here. She's the acting ISD superintendent, and we wish her the best of luck as she handles this big district through the rest of the school year, or whenever a replacement is named, whether that's her or somebody else.
And Louise, whenever you're not doing concessions, come by and see us.
Yeah, Louise, stop by our tailgate.
Yeah, what was all that about yesterday?
Really? Gosh.
We love her. She's dodging us. That's all right. So anyhow, till next week, folks, go be kind to somebody today, and we'll see you. We're out.